Alright, well this is just a brief stop. Just to rally the troops.
Yeah. I'll keep working on it. But no promises. I'm weaker than expected, as usual.
I would never use those words with you ever.
For self-preservation, I assume.
That was a brilliantly executed assault. Your alignment was perfect. Especially for a riot. But not that far off of what the experience might have been in those very footsteps that you just trod. Lieutenant John D. Black, 145th Pennsylvania, adjutant of the regiment, came across this ground 150 years ago before you. He wrote of this experience. He said that the men taking it for granted that ridge back there, this was the enemy's works, and contrary to orders, opened the yell that always accompanies a charge, and they sprang forward. But on mounting the crest, out there, the red earth of a well-defined line of works loomed up through the mist on the crest of another ridge, distant about 200 yards. And there was a shallow ravine between, which is where you are standing. This ravine is critical to their success. He wrote, "We moved quickly forward, and just as the command reached the bottom of the ravine, there belched forth works a volley of shot and shell that fortunately was trained on the ridge that we had just crossed. So this is where the main Confederate line will open fire on the Union attack. But they are not firing on the people in the middle of an open field. They are firing at that ridge back there. So the bullets go right over our heads. And nobody gets hit down here. Now, 19,000 Union attackers screaming their heads off with a demonic fury. How could the Confederates miss? The fog, the mist, the diffused atmosphere. They cannot see it. They can hear it. And what they heard was on that ridge. And as it ventures down into the bottoms, the grounds around us consume it and mute it, so that the Confederate doesn't fire at a visual target, they fire at an audible target. And they miss this opportunity. That shot that they have been husbanding all night long, waiting for this. The critical mass of the first shot, and it has gone awry. It is down here that General Barlow is again going to infuse his men and order them forward as fast as possible before they get a second round, before they get a chance to adjust and realize their mistake. Life is in the essence of getting up this slope as fast as possible 150 years ago. At this moment, Union color bearers step to the fore and try to vie with each other to get their colors on top of this ridge, on top of the Confederate earthworks first. There are at least 3 color bearers that are in a dead heat, in a full sprint, heading up this ridge, trying to make sure that they are the first. Regimental commanders are infusing them and their men, not only to stay with the colors, but make sure no one gets in front of New Jersey. Make sure no one gets ahead of Pennsylvania. No one gets ahead of New York, including the other color bearers. So as they roll from this spot, General Barlow will have every single officer under his command repeating his order. Forward! Double quick! Charge! With that, this bottom is going to empty out. The enemy awaits, but salvation is also there. To stay where you are is death. The only way you succeed to tell about it is if you capture that hill. 150 years ago, that was the life and death decision of this very moment. And the Confederates are furiously reloading, waiting for this group to come out of this bottom. That's what awaits them. Onward.
Grandfather. Position. Great grandfather. Get overrun.